You clicked on the right video if you want to know the true cost of living in Fairfax County. While Fairfax County is considered one of the most expensive areas in the country, most people forget that people in Fairfax County make way more money working in this area. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn about 5 of the expenses you can expect to incur when living in Fairfax County. Watch until the end to hear about the cheapest living expense in this area. Let's start the show. Hi, my name is Abraham Walker with Where to Live in Fairfax County, where I do the research so you don't have to. If you're thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in Fairfax County, use the link in the description to fill out your perfect home questionnaire. We will meet online and you can ask me anything you want about the Fairfax County area. Enough about me. Just how much is the cost of living in Fairfax County? We can't really talk about how much money you spend living in Fairfax County without discussing how much you make. When it comes to income, Fairfax County has the 3rd highest income in the country. If you've watched my previous videos, you know the location of the 1st and 2nd highest median income counties in the area. Loudoun County is number 1 and it borders Fairfax County to the west. And Howard County is to the east and it's number 2 and it's right across the Potomac in Maryland. According to the Economic Policy Institute, a family of 4 needs an annual income of $114,000 to live comfortably in the Fairfax County area, while the median income in Fairfax County is $122,000 according to recent census data. Like most places in the country, your most significant expense is in housing cost. The median sales price of a home is more than double that of the national average at $546,000 in Fairfax County. If you're thinking that a $500,000 home will buy you an estate sitting on an acre of land, that's not the case in Fairfax County. At that price point, you'll be buying a very nice large condo or a townhouse with a decent commute. While you're making your calculations, be sure to consider the local annual property taxes. The base tax rate in Fairfax County is 1.15%. or $1.15 per $100 of assessed value. To keep the math simple, if your property has an assessed value of $500,000, you're looking at a $5,750 annual property tax bill. Virginia is one of 27 states in the country that charge an annual tax on personal vehicles. And this goes for all motor vehicles, whether you have a car, truck, or motorcycle. They're all subject to this vehicle tax. Now, there are some exceptions, most notably a reduced tax rate for qualified disabled veterans. If you want to research your vehicle's assessed value, the county uses the National Automobile Dealers Association's used car guide to determine your car's value. You probably already guessed it. Your car's value never reaches 0, so you'll always have this tax as a privilege to drive a vehicle in Virginia. Next up, we take a look at transportation. This includes the cost of things like gas, car insurance, maintenance, and public transportation. On average, Fairfax County residents are looking at paying 29.2% more than the national average for transportation. However, if you were to compare the other major metropolitan areas, you would see similar transportation costs. Now, why is this the case? In large metropolitan areas, most residents have a long commute to work. Living somewhere with a commute increases your expenses. It's really that simple. Let's pause for a quick minute. I want to know, have you ever lived in Fairfax County? If so, comment down below with Fairfax. If you have a minute, tell me what you think is the most expensive thing about living here outside of housing. Okay, so we talked about how much you make, we talked about how much it costs for a home, and we discussed how much it costs to get around. Now let's talk about the cost of food, specifically groceries. The average cost of groceries is 13.8% higher in Fairfax County than the national average. That does not take into account dining out, which is not tracked. But I conducted my own research on dining out expenses. In my neighborhood, we have an Applebee's restaurant. Now, do you think that the steaks that Applebee's serves on all of their menus are more expensive in Fairfax County, in my neighborhood, or in Dallas, Texas? I'll give you some time to think about your answer. If you guess the same, then you'd be right. This means that Fairfax County residents make more money and spend about the same on eating out as other areas in the country. Personally, I've lived in Fairfax County since 2013, and I don't think my food costs have increased any meaningful way from my hometown, which is New Orleans. Like I promised at the beginning of this video, let's talk about the two areas Fairfax County residents actually save a few dollars. First, we have healthcare costs, which are less than 1% lower than the national average. The final expense that you can expect to pay less, not much less, but still less, is on utilities. Fairfax County residents save about 2.8% annually on utilities. Now that you know the true cost of living in Fairfax County, the next video you'll want to watch deals with the pros and cons of living in the area. Check out the next video in our series called The Real Pros and Cons of Living in Fairfax County. Are you ready to take the next step to relocating to Fairfax County? Use the link in the description to fill out your perfect home questionnaire. Once completed, we'll schedule a time to meet online. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.